So for the chapter, for the lab 2 of the chapter 7, which is the NFS, I guess installed the Windows Server. Here it is. I have the Windows Server. I will go wherever the chapter says there, but just gonna use another name. Okay, I'm gonna use another name, and obviously I need to create something into my DNS records. So I need to come into the server 01. So I will start my names, and basically I need to go to the files and to add the A records there. So I will start the database file, and I'm gonna go to the A records here, and basically I will add another entry, which I'll call server 03. Okay. I'll put a static IP address of 192.168.10 as they advised. I'll choose 10.5 as they advise here. Just the name I'm gonna change actually. Instead of server 02 again, I'm gonna call it server 03. So in that case, I'm gonna have it. I'll do escape and I'll save the thing. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay. Okay. Then I will save it. And the next thing I need to do is to check if everything has been done properly with the check config command. This one looks okay. Let's check the zone. So Okay, and let's check the same thing again with the forward zone. Okay, so just to be sure that is well, we need to create it first. Let's do it. So now our server will go local server here. We change the IP address. So let's change the version 4 protocol here, and let's put the IP address of 192.168.10.5. 192.168.10.1 is the gateway, and the servers, the DNS servers are 192.68.10.11. 192.168.10.12. I'm not sure if I restarted named on the server 1. I'm gonna restart it again. Okay, it's fine now. And let's also refresh the secondary DNS. Let's try the let's restart the name just in case. So I changed guys the IP address here on this server. Here it is. I added the two DNS servers. I did the replication between the servers as well. The next thing I need to do here is to, well, I could enable the remote desktop, even though it's not something which is very important at the moment. The updates I'm gonna choose, well, I'll stop the Windows Defender firewall and antivirus. So I'm stopping all of this. I don't want to be bothered. Okay. And I'll stop also the feedback and diagnostic. I'm gonna just double check it. It's supposed to be basic. That's good. I'll change the time zone to mine here, which actually is the Eastern zone. And I'll allow the I'll stop the Internet Enhanced Security configuration just to be easy to work with the Internet Explorer. And lastly, I'm going to change the name of the computer to wherever they want us to be changed. It will be SRV 03 dot housenet.com. Do OK. I'll refresh. Yeah, actually, what I did is not the correct thing. Obviously, Control X here. I'll change the name as it's supposed to be. I'll call it SLV 03. So we restart the computer. We need to reboot it now. So after the reboot, I'm gonna go back to the server roles, the server manager and the server roles, and I'm gonna install the role of NFS here, network file system. So I will add roles and features. I'll stop this screen of showing again. The next few ones are just next. I'll create the NFS now. So here I'm going to open the file and storage services, file and iSCSI services, and I'm going to navigate to NFS where it says server for NFS. That's what I need. Okay. I'll add the features which are needed. Click next. Next. I will say to restart the server if needed while doing this, and I'll say install. Now I'm gonna wait the installation to finish. Actually, while we're waiting, we could open the C drive and create a folder called NFS. You need to create it with capital letters, though. Remember, the Linux is case sensitive, so I'm going to open this PC, C drive, and I will create here the, well, I'm going to remove this size image here, I don't need it. Right click and injected it. And I'll open the C drive, right click, new folder, NFS with capital. So let's go back and see the installation. Well, it says the installation succeeded, so I'm going to close it. I'll go right click on the NFS folder which I just created. I'll go properties after. Navigate to NFS sharing here. and I'll click manage the NFS sharing. So we need to click on share this folder and basically we need to choose all the other things. For the permissions, and we're gonna click OK. Sorry, we need to click on the permissions here. We'll leave the old machine configuration as it is. My client machine, let me just double check. My client machine could be, the IP address is 1050 if I'm not mistaken. The IP address is 1050. Let's just double check again if it's pinging the server 02. It's pingable. Is it pinging server 01? Yes. Let's try the server 03 now. Okay, it knows about it, but it's still not pingable. That's because of the, let's try with the fully qualified domain name. Doesn't ping at all. So let's add here the IP address of the server as we saw. 192.168.10.50. Permissions will be written right as they are. I'll click OK to add it. I'm gonna click now to close the window. So we click here to close this one, and we see server 03 colon NFS. Okay, that's the network path we need to go. And we expect actually to see this one to change to NFS. So it's done on our NFS server. The Windows as an NFS server. We're gonna go to our client, and we're gonna install the NFS utils. So yum install -y NFS -utils. They might be installed already. It's already there. So let's try now. So once we see with us SLV03, it will show that it's has the NFS share there. Let's try the fully qualified domain name. .net.local. Well, it's not, but the SRv3 is okay. It's accessible. Let's create the directory for NFS. So we do mcat dir to create NFS directory. We're gonna mount now as NFS. And we're gonna create a file just to double check if it's working. Touch NFS. Let's say test win nfs.txt. So to check if it's working properly, we're gonna go to our Windows server where the NFS actually is. We open the C drive. We navigate to NFS. And the file is there, as you see. Okay, so that's show that successfully we created the share, the NFS share, and we accessed it successfully from a CentOS client. Okay, the other thing here is the phase 3, which is on the page 16. We guys on the server 02 to make persistent the limit, the NFS partition. Still on the client, we will do vim etc fstop, and we're gonna add here SRv03. It's obviously will be NFS now. The file system. Forgot something here. It's supposed to be the so the next one would be NFS again. So 2 times NFS. We do defaults as it's shown here. And we'll put 0 and 0. You're going to see in your lectures once again what it is. We save this. Okay, we're going to do mount -A. So we correct the mistake there. We're gonna do mount A again. This time no problem. I'm gonna reboot the client. We're just gonna repeat the command of creating a file on the server, and we're gonna check in real time if the file will be created. Login as super user. And now Now repeat the command. I'm gonna create this time test2 underscore win NFS. And if I come here and, well, without restarting, you see guys, the file has been created. So it's done.